Hey Impactors, how are you? This is First Lady Danielle Knox, and I am really excited about this new summer iPod series on intercessory prayer. You know, intercessory prayer is simply just you praying for the needs of others. And you know, sometimes when you try to serve in ministry and do things for others, the enemy will try and actually step in and set traps for you so that you won't be successful at it. So I just want to take a few moments to share 2 points with you about the traps that the enemy could possibly set for you being an intercessor. Point number 1 is actually the enemy will try and make you think that the intercessory prayer is not about those that you are praying for, but that it's about you. You're serving in a ministry and look at what you're doing. So, you know, he will try and trick you and take the focus off of what you're doing, which is standing in the gap for someone else, and actually, you know, try and trick you to think that, you know, oh, you're doing such a service for them, and look at what I'm doing, that you lose focus on actually praying for those that really need it. So you really have to be careful when you're participating in intercessory prayer that you really try to remain pressed in and tapped into the Spirit so that the Spirit can actually guide you in those things that people need prayer for. And once you push down that flesh and let the Spirit guide you, you'll be a great intercessor. Point number 2 is actually not praying the will of God for those that you're interceding for, and actually, you know, praying your own will. And by that I mean, you may see somebody in a situation that, okay, maybe they don't have a place to live. So in the natural, you're thinking, okay, let me pray for them to have a big mansion with 7 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms, and you know, you think you're doing the right thing, and you know, you're interceding on their behalf for this. But guess what? That may not be God's will for their lives, or you know what, that may not even be the desire of their heart. You know, they may be content with a 2-bedroom apartment, because guess what? 8 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms in a mansion, that takes a lot to clean, and they may not want to do all of that. So you really have to be careful to, you know, not get so caught up in what you see with your eyes in the natural, and, you know, just continue to tap into the Spirit and see what thus saith the Lord, you know, God's will for their lives. So those are my 2 points. Point number 1, don't get caught up into thinking that intercessory prayer is about you, because it isn't. It really is about those that you're praying for, and you connecting with God and just praying the desires of their hearts to God on their behalf. Point number 2 is, you know, don't get caught up in praying for what you see in the natural and praying your will, or even the will of the person that, you know, needs the prayer, but really praying God's will for their lives. Both of these things really require you to press into the Spirit when you're praying. So don't let your flesh get so, you know, caught up in what you're doing that you really miss the gift that God has given you to pray on other people's behalf. So remain diligent, praying in the Spirit. Always allow the Spirit to guide you, and you will be a great intercessor. Enjoy the series.